Well, that was fun. 2 o'clock in the morning, I finally got tired of the wind, so I just dropped the tent and kind of wrapped it around me, and that's how I've been sleeping all night. The wind was just too much, so what I do is I unclip it from the pole just so it doesn't batter around as much. So that's how I slept last night. And now I'm thinking I kind of need to get out of here because check that out. Huh. So I can't go into Oracle today, so my plan is basically to go another 10 miles, get within a mile or two of the trailhead. Actually, I think the trailhead's in 10 miles, so a little less than 10 miles, and find a far better place to hunker down, because this kind of sucked. You know it's bad when I can't even make coffee. So I could have tried to set up behind that as a windbreak, but it was occupied last night, and there were lights up above. Kind of wishing I just continued last night. At least I would have got coffee. So I just realized that's Biosphere 2. We did it on our way to Texas a year or two ago for the Lone Star Trail. I keep thinking about stopping for coffee, and then it looks like something blowing over me. So part of the reason I use this particular stove, it's the Soto Windmaster, though the Pocket Rocket Deluxe does the same thing, is that little cup really does help in windy conditions like this. Granted, I'll do stuff like this also, but everything helps. So plus side, I did get coffee. Downside, it looks like the storm has caught me here. And at least from my what my weather app's telling me, this is a big one that's all over the Southwest, which probably means more snow up north. I also saw something out of the Grand Canyon area saying a road wouldn't be plowed until May sometime. Yeah. So per this last weather report, it's going to be in the 20s tonight up in Mount Lemmon. So I am dropping as much altitude as I can. Fortunately, this trail goes down a couple of thousand feet, so that'll at least gain me a couple of degrees. But I am kind of wishing I had my Versalite 10 degree instead of my 30 degree on this one. You know, the great thing about backpacking and through hiking is I've got all the layers to handle this stuff. It's just a matter of having to stop and swap. This is the first time I've been back in tights. Basically what I was doing at the end of September in Colorado last year. Okay, finally below the cloud layer at least. Oh, this has been fun. Just ran into a southbounder named Spandex who was able to confirm some campsites, so things are looking a little more definite for tonight. He also said he was in town taking a zero when he saw this storm. This seemed to have come out of nowhere. Per what I saw and what he had seen, this storm wasn't supposed to hit us. So I also had enough cell up there to have a conversation with the guy, Gary, behind the Eight Wonders Trail. And one of the options I'm looking at is, once I get to the snow line, potentially jumping onto something else to kill time, because I want to keep hiking. So he's got some ideas for ways to do that in Arizona. There's also some cool looking options out in Arkansas type area. And there's even one out east, which would be kind of cool, because then I would do West Coast, East Coast, and Midwest. Oh, hey, the tank. So per far out comments, there was a dead rabbit in this thing. People get so dramatic over little nothing things, you know? It's just basically a light stew, and your filter's gonna fix most of that anyway. Now that is a downright delightful shade of green. No sign of the dead bunny, and if you climb that thing, there's decent water inside.
It looks like this place used to offer hiker camping, but now it's just the hip camp property with a couple of different places to stay. They do, however, put out water and chairs for hikers, which was really nice. Other than I couldn't really get out of the wind.
No sign about the book about some ranch owner having sex with aliens that was on the Gut Hook comment, but oh well. So I'm currently packing 2.5 liters plus maybe a liter extra. So I have plenty of flexibility. Now if I can just find a protected spot away from houses, I think I'm just gonna hunker, do the remaining, I think it's 8 miles right now to the road where I would hitch in. So I just need a couple hours to do that in the morning, and they'll let me check in at 11 a.m. Sitting here into Wash, I've got about 5 miles to the 77, which seems like a reasonable amount to do in the morning. Get there by, out at 8, get there by 10. I'm in town by 11 when I can check in. Maybe even get Mexican food for lunch. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to stay here for the night. Not fully protected with the wind, but better than last night. Granted, it'd be hard to get much worse than last night.